Look, Ma, we're in Idaho. There'd be trees. There's trees in Idaho. Oh, it's not just snow? Oh, okay. We're Frank and Angie. We're in Eastern Europe. We're traveling. We're doing a lot more traveling than we had planned. We normally have scheduled for like one trip a year, but this year has been amazing because it seems like we're becoming more nomadic. I don't know if it's a lasting trend or not. It remains to be seen, but we went to Italy from Ecuador, and then we went to, where did we go? Help me out here.
What do you mean? We went from Italy to Georgia, and now we're in Armenia.
We went to Georgia, now we're in Armenia, and then we're going to be going to Bulgaria, and then from Bulgaria potentially to Italy. So we got a lot of trips going on here. So stay with the channel, you know, subscribe if you haven't. Getting ready to travel to a bordering country in a van, local van. There's the metro stop right there that we just jumped off of, and then the vans are right here. Super easy to do.
Money.
He wants his money. Usually you pay after the trip. See these, but they look like Soviet era apartment blocks. There's no shortage of them. I don't know what's going to happen to them. Some of them are empty. It's just a sprawl of them all over the place.
Да я вам скажу, и летом страшно там, ночью нет. Там вот тоненькая дорожка такая и обрыв.
Dessert shop or something?
Yep, there's snow on the ground in Armenia. Can't chase the weather.
Well, the thought occurs to me that you look at a lot of these places, and they're modern looking, and they got cars now and all that kind of stuff, you know, modern buildings. But they still don't have no smoking in restaurants, and you know, you still have to contend with the odor of tobacco smoke and when you're eating and things like that. But that's, you know, that's just part of the, you know, I think going abroad, I think I've seen that. I don't remember if in Italy.
Not in the restaurants.
Not in the restaurants in Italy, okay. Interesting menu here. We've got some soups and all kinds of food here. Whatever you want.
I got the chicken lunch. And Frank got a bowl of pumpkin soup.
Pumpkin cream.
Oh, pumpkin cream soup. And you know what? I think that my chicken plate was less expensive than his bowl of cream pumpkin soup. Wasn't it? All this food.
So what's going on with this getting more nomadic? I think it's because, for example, when we were in Latin America, we would go to Panama, but it's if you wanted to go anywhere other than, say, the neighboring country, if you wanted to go other than from Ecuador to Colombia, or maybe even Panama, you know, or Peru. It's really spread out and it's pretty expensive. And when we got to Europe, we did things like we found like a $25 flight on Ryanair for Malta. And
oh yeah, that's where we went first. Malta,
that's right,
then Georgia, then Armenia.
We went to Italy, then we went to Malta, we went to, you know. And so we're finding that these countries that are really close together, and there's opportunities for opportunistic pricing in the airfare, so that's causing us to kind of rethink and you know, our side trip agenda into a little bit more of a side trip, a little bit more nomadic. So I guess, yes, we are becoming a little bit, at this point in time, a little bit more nomadic. So you know, goodies.
Oh, there's the New Yorker, hon.
Taco. All right, so we're doing okay. These are in English: cappuccino, espresso, chocolate. Okay, whiskey, milk. So milk, is that an English word?
Are you telling me, Frank, they sell whiskey in this thing right here?
They might. Tea.
Let's see.
Are you trying to buy whiskey?
Look at empty cup. You want an empty cup?
No.
I don't see any whiskey here.
Fire, financial independent, retire early. We've been living the lifestyle for over 30 years. And so because we've been doing it for 30 years, we're not this fire couple that just jumped off the treadmill and you know, we've got to go tackle everything all in 1 year or 3 years. We're really enjoying going off the beaten track.
Oh yes.
And it's just a natural thing for us to do. And I've always been somebody that didn't like crowds. In everything we do, I always avoided crowds. I'm talking about simple things like just going shopping, not having to go when everybody gets off work, or on the same day, on their day off, on Saturday, on Sunday. Just all of the little things that everybody does at the same time in the work culture society that we have not been partaking in.
We're traveling in low season when it's winter in places.
And so we're automatically just extending our lifestyle abroad, and as we become more nomadic, we're seeing that when we do it this way, we can actually do this. We can actually be more nomadic.
We can actually do it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, when you're brand new at something and all of a sudden it's a new way of life, there's a learning curve. Okay, yes, there's a learning curve, even being a fire couple, and especially being a fire couple abroad. You know, there's definitely a learning curve where people go out here and they spend an arm and a leg because they're tourists everywhere they go.
Right.
Well, this is part of that just curious thing where we saw these little yurt-looking things, and it's like, what in the world is this? They're made in the fashion of a yurt, but small cabin. It's got a cement floor on it. It's got curtains like a yurt where they're just tied here. Interesting. And then you see it's got plastic. It isn't plasticated.
It's got a heater right there.
Interesting.
You can turn on.
So this is a little coffee shop where you can come here and...
There's a bunch of them.
Yeah, if it's cold out, you just come hide out in these little yurt deals.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 7 of them. There's 7 yurts.
Wow. But just to say, though, that we are becoming a little bit more nomadic at this time. Will it continue? We're not sure, but we'll keep you posted. And we just wanted you to know what's going on. A lot of times people ask, what are you guys doing? You're here, you're there, what's going on?
We're kind of spur of the moment type people, actually, really.
Well, again, it's opportunistic. You know, you see a $25 flight to Malta, it's like, why can't we do this?
And from there we went to Georgia, and now we're in another country.
Armenia, and then Bulgaria. So you've got small puddle jumping, and then you've got the big the big ocean crossing. So so we're out of the touristy commercial city center area. That's what the metro looks like, so we don't get lost. And we'll try to find our way around here on foot. Well, part of the wanderlust is the curiosity of a thing, and satisfying that is wandering. And wandering means you don't know what you're going to run into. So you might be pleasantly surprised or not. That's part of the deal, you know. Oh yeah, that's one of the things we do when we're in a new place, new country, new city. We take the metro and get off on all the stops, and if we like what we see, we keep walking around, and if we don't, we get back on the metro, go to the next stop. Let's go over to the main road and see what's over here. Somebody said the journey is the reward, so it's not so much the destination, it's just the surprise of getting there and wandering around. And look at the menu. Surprising. Oh, this is dessert. I was gonna say, that sounds cheap. Not bad, actually. What is everything though?
Well, this is a cheese
pizza. Oh, that's pizza.
Cheese pizza, vegetarian
pancakes
pizza.
with meat and mushrooms. Pancake with meat and mushrooms.
Omelet with tomatoes, omelet with green peas, Ukraine borscht soup.
Not too bad, actually. Very reasonable for being
This is an interesting building. I like it a lot.
a nice place. Okay, let's see. You can get Harley Davidson's. You can get a meat sandwich for $3 in there.
Wow.
But is this the same place? Looks like it's got a fireplace. I wouldn't call Armenia exotic. It's more European than anything, really. I mean, it's in the feel. I know that it's its own culture. I don't mean to minimize that, but just saying, as a walking around and the feel you get.
Where we're at. Okay. I didn't recognize this before.
That's a real radio going on there. Oh, this is here. Interesting. Hey, you see something new every day.
Pretty girls. Wow. That big building over there is the Opera House. And it's on the corner of a big park. And on the other side of the street, that's where we're walking right now. This is another big park. Of course, it's winter time. So you have to imagine all these trees filled in when springtime starts coming around. Let's go over to that statue. Yes, there's snow on the ground in Armenia, something that Georgia didn't have. There was no snow there, but it was cold, but not this cold. It's pretty cold here. I think it's freezing. See, hun, when you have the camera, nobody stops to sell you anything.
He looks mad.
Yeah, he kind of does. What's he holding?
Is that Moses? I can't imagine that's Moses. He's got the wrong kind of clothing. All right, welcome to Frank and Angie's channel. We're in Eastern Europe and we're talking about our experience with pricing and costs for travel or living abroad. Our experience, we're talking about person A and person B, two different ways of doing it. And so we're going to dispel a lot of the misconceptions that people have about cost of living that are on the internet. All right, well, thanks for staying with us. That's what's going on, so stay tuned.